Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
hey
hello.
Oh, jazz
Hi.
hands.
Jazz hands to start. Jazz hands. Seth, I warned you earlier that I was going to come in here with energy. I got a lot of sleep last night. But just before we started playing, I got to jump ahead here a little bit. I played a little bit of Wild at Heart, and I'm a little, forlorn.
Cozy?
It's
yeah.
It's sad, man. It's a sad start. I'm like 18 minutes into this game, and it's very sad. But I'm happy to see you, man. You look great. Lockleth isn't here. Hope she's okay. But I'm here with you, my friend. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, we're here. We're hanging out. Lockleth isn't joining us tonight. It's okay. She posted something on her personal Twitter. If you guys follow her over there, she gets into it a little bit more there. Everything's okay, but she needed some time away, and we were happy to facilitate that. So obviously send her some love, but we're here. It's just as well, Sean, because tonight we're gonna be duking it out a little bit, my friend.
Oh, do you think we're gonna fight? Are we gonna fight?
I don't know. That's the thing is I have no idea. I don't know.
We might be fighting people in the audience. We might be fighting people here at youtube.com/carpoolgaming because I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll see how it comes to because here's the thing. I truly don't know what we're doing here tonight. We're gonna get to we're gonna pin it for later in typical Nintendo.
I thought you said you don't know what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what we're doing tonight.
Nobody does.
Later on tonight, we will be ranking the 2D Super Mario Brothers games.
Yes.
And we've got a tier list, made a custom tier maker thing. There's if you're watching us live right now, youtube.com/carpoolgaming, there is a pinned thing in the chat for you to make your own tier list. And it's also, if you're listening on your podcast feed later, it'll be in the show notes as well. So you can make it, let us know how bad and dumb we are. And we'll come to a consensus.
I like how you put that, but really, if you have a differing opinion than the two of us, then you're really just outing yourself. Yeah, you're just you let us know. But one of the things that comes to mind with this, Seth, after pretty much every Nintendo Direct, there's the graphic that goes out and people circle it. Like, is it a green light? Are we maybe And, I think that's kind of what we're going to do here. We see the Discord light up with those pictures. We're going to see the Discord light up with the tier list. But why are we doing this now, Seth? Why now? What's going on?
Well, Sean, there was a new 2D Mario game announced during the Nintendo Direct last week. And it's the first one we've had since New Super Mario Brothers U on the Wii U. Now, we did get that ported to Switch, but I mean, that was the last real... the last real 2D Mario game was back in 2012.
Yeah.
So here we are, man.
Stained, singing about it, man, because it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Aaron Lewis is all sad about it, man.
Yeah, he's doing his own country music now. So I think he's doing a country Mario.
They all do. Bon Jovi, Aaron Lewis, they all do it, man.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll be doing later, Sean.
Before
we get to that.
Before
we get to the God forbid we get right into it. Ever.
We would throw people way off, just what are you doing, man? Later.
Yeah, hang on. Later. We need to welcome and thank some people. We need to first of all welcome back Trucker Sloth to the ultimate producer tier at patreon.com /carpoolgaming. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Trucker Sloth. Longtime supporter. And so thankful to have you back, my friend. We also need to welcome back Sean H to the exclusive tier.
Exclusive.
And, exclusive. Getting all kinds of exclusive content like the Nintendo Drive post show over there. And a special thanks to Awesome Dave for upgrading to Gold member, the only Austin Powers themed tier of the Patreon.
I love gold. Yes, it's our Dutch tier. It's our Dutch tier. Welcome to the Dutch tier. Awesome, Dave. Thank you very much, man. which means we've reached a goal. And we're going to talk about this. Speaking of exclusive content, one of the things that exclusive tier members get and everybody above that, we meet once a month and we talk about what's going to go on here at Carpool Gaming. And so you get just a little taste of that. So CPG BTS behind the scenes, also, the band. We all love the boy bands. Yeah. Seth sings the intro song. So I think that's worth it just to sign up just for that. If you want to know what that's all about,
just
it's worth the price of admission just for that.
And it was perfect timing on our part. Like we capitalized on the BTS naming right after the band has taken an indefinite hiatus. So, that was pretty good.
Is that what happened? They have to go. They got drafted. Basically, they've got to go serve.
That man. Is
that what happened?
All about it. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Well, yeah. There's some weird stuff. I am not. I'm not the.
We'll
BTS.
let Matt take care of that. Okay.
We'll let him take care of
the
that.
PlayStation Drive. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. But Sean,
Seth,
what have you been playing? What have you been playing, my friend?
Can I tell you about a deep game with lore and story and mechanics, game called Ding Dong XL. Seth.
Hell yeah.
Played about 6 minutes.
I like that game.
Ding Dong XL. It's techno soundtrack. It seems to be the most basic game I think I've ever played.
It is.
But reminiscent of the good old days of I'm forgetting the geometric shooter game on the Xbox.
Geometry Wars.
Geometry Wars.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to that, but really it's just you're passing a ball back and forth and trying to avoid shapes. And along the way, you can collect little power-ups and set high scores, all to beat bop and techno dance music the whole time. Did I pretty much capture the game?
Pretty much.
Because that's it.
Look, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's like
there's like a dual mode.
Like $1,
Exactly.
I mean, it's not, it's not.
But the reason I bring it up, because really I don't know if I'm going to play this game again, but it was part of my purchasing spree last week, my midlife crisis in action. Look, I'm not going to do anything the normal way. Most people with a midlife crisis, they get like a convertible, they buy a Miata or whatever it is.
Listen to Faith No More.
Yeah. I just buy games that try to remind me of my youth. And yeah, I played this for a couple moments, and I bring it because of this, Seth. Nintendo needs a dang achievement system, because I'll tell you what, if there was an achievement system or trophy system or something, I'd be playing the mess out of Ding Dong XL. But the game by itself just isn't enough to keep me coming back for more, my friend. Yeah. So I actually am going to look for it. Maybe it is on Xbox. Maybe I can spend another 75 cents on this game. Support the devs.
Ding dong around a little bit. Support
Ding
the
dong.
devs.
Ding Dong
Get
XL.
them a tenth of a coffee at Starbucks.
Yep. I've made a little bit more progress on BioShock, which I bought on Switch, but I'm playing on Xbox. So there's that. And I learned, Seth, I don't want to give too much away. And are you joining us for the Backtrackers for BioShock this time around? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait.
I heard not everybody is liking BioShock.
I've heard the same thing.
I am shocked.
I think we're going to be duking it out in there, dude.
Man,
I think it's going to be you and me against the world.
For such a community-driven and such an appreciative kind of community that we've got here, we're going to be fighting a lot, I guess, between tonight and this BioShock thing. And some people think The Last of Us 2 is good. So there's a whole slew of things we got to take care of. But yeah, Wild at Heart, I just fired it up. I was going to do a whole, I actually had planned for tonight that we would choose my next game of all the games that I bought from last week. And then I just I just listened to my heart and I fired up that game, and no spoilers. It's like within the first, 45 seconds of the game, kid is downstairs. He's looking at his video games, collecting all this stuff, goes upstairs. There's empty beer cans. There's pizza on the table. And he just is talking about his deadbeat dad. And I'll tell you what, Seth, got me instantly. This kid with a deadbeat dad, and he just wants to run away, and he's going to go into the forest, and he's got this plans with his sister or his friend or someone named Kirby. I'm not sure. Still to discover. Yeah, Kirby. Yeah. So
Kirby's in this game.
Oh man, it was a heavy start.
That's a heavy one.
It seems like it's meant to pull at the heartstrings. So I don't know if I've realized what I've gotten myself into, but it's beautiful and you have a vacuum cleaner, and that's kind of neat. So maybe I'll tell you more next week, but so far so good with this heartbreaking game, man. Holy cow. Yeah. So Ding Dong XL and wild at heart.
Perfect.
The spectrum.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand. Yeah.
No, they're pretty much, pretty a good combo. To be honest with you, Sean, I haven't really been playing much. I've been in a little bit of a funk.
Seth, oh no.
Games. A little bit of a gaming funk, I think. And I actually was kind of in the opposite place where I actually wanted something like happy. Like I wanted something like bright and colorful and cozy. So you know what I wound up landing on is I went back to Ooblets.
Nice.
I've been playing Ooblets, yeah. The
Lockless face.
So good. I went back to that and I've been playing that the past few days and also a little new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe because I'm just getting into the spirit, you know.
And is it doing it for you? Because I'll tell you what, like no spoil. Oh, we're gonna fight on this one. I think
we'll get into it.
That game sucks.
Oh, we're gonna get into it. We are gonna fight tonight, then, Sean.
Donkey Kong sucks. You know something? You suck.
But it's been nice though. You know, there's not much. You know, Ooblets is a just really good-hearted game. And I think I've just been looking for like something, like with a good heart to it because I like Diablo 4. But like you're not if you're playing by yourself, it's like dreary and dark, you know. Yeah. So I was looking for something just kind of fun and whimsical, and Ooblets has been kind of hitting it. And
nice.
And yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice to kind of go back to that and experience that. That's pretty much it though.
That's kind of it.
I love Katamari. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of bouncing around.
I can't wait until this time next year where I go, you know what I'm feeling like playing right now? The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And everybody's going to be like, what? Like a year later? Like, what are you doing, man?
It's like
but it'll come eventually.
Nintendo dads. It took Tim. He didn't finish that until this year, I think. Breath of the Wild, he finished this year, I believe.
Yeah. Well, so, I'm with you, Tim. I like it.
Yeah. You know, just
we'll see.
Go for it.
We'll get to it eventually. Who knows, man? We'll get there. We'll be playing. I'm not going to play Tears of the Kingdom because I'm going to play 2 WarioWare games on Switch this year. And probably pick up Super Mario RPG and Super Mario Wonder. Oh my gosh, man.
Well, Sean, we do have some questions to this effect, as a matter of fact.
Oh, snap.
In fact,
Wait a second. Shout out to Pikmin 4 demo, June 28th. For most people who are listening to this day and date, go download the demo, go try it out. Go for you, Seth, too, I think. I think this is a reminder for me, too. I want to say it for my own benefit. Future Sean, who tends to listen to these shows back again because we have such a jolly time. We laugh so much. I laugh along with us laughing on the show. I got to tell you that. Future Sean, go download Pikmin 4. And then go into the Discord, say that I just listened to myself, talking to myself, reminding myself to download Pikmin 4. I'll put that in the Discord.
Paradoxical.
Dude,
here.
I told you, I got rest. I got rest last night. So,
but you know what though? I do think that was getting a lot of that was getting lost. I feel like because that was announced during the Direct, but it just got sort of buried under everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good call, man.
You're welcome.
I'm definitely going to be downloading that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No, me. I'm still talking.
I appreciate it too, though. I'll listen back to this as well, and I'll get reminded too. So thank you, Sean. We have a question from Quagmire.
What's up, Quagmire?
And Quagmire said, after finishing Tears of the Kingdom this weekend, which I loved.
Oh yeah, same here.
Gamed out. Yeah, Sean finished it too.
Totally finished it. Yeah, I'm right with you.
Quagmire says, I feel gamed out. Tried playing Sonic Mania last night and just wasn't feeling it. Have you ever finished a game and just felt done with gaming for a bit?
Look,
you ever been there?
First of all, before I answer the specific question, you went to Sonic. Like, that's never going to cure any ailment, okay? Like, that's not...
Sonic Mania, though, Sean.
Yeah, it doesn't...
It's really good.
I guess that's you're the best you got in that, then yeah, you're really
It is the best Sonic game.
Okay, I'll say that. If you say so. I have been. Yes, I have. And I honestly don't know if there is a game or type of game to do it. I honestly think that, and this might be cliche, it might have been said before, like doing like zero gaming. And Seth, I think you and I are similar. Like we have many other interests and hobbies. There's a guitar right behind you. You're into lots of different stuff. We only really podcast about video games, but I'll tell you what, man, I would also podcast about movies. I would podcast about comics. I would do a book club. I would, hopefully most of us have more than just video games that we enjoy. So my question back to Quagmire, this would be interesting. Quagmire, save your question back, your answer back, and we can continue this conversation. Not
the
like
slowest conversation
in the Discord. We could just do it in the Discord, but we'll do it in podcast form. Yeah, like what else do you got, man? So then we can kind of explore this together. What's been on the back burner? Like for me, it's Dragon Ball Z. I'll say tapes from the library. I want to watch these Dragon Ball Super. I want to watch Dragon Ball Super from the library. So I would do that. I would get into that for a little bit. Or maybe you just jump to Sonic Mania just because I don't know why. But did you do the tournament bracket? That's the Papa Sean coming through. Maybe do a tournament bracket and let follow the process. Trust the process. It's proven. It's scientific. It works 60% of the time, every time.
I love it. I love that logic. That's perfect. Yeah, I've been there. I think a lot of people can relate to this, right? I think there was a phrase that I heard. I don't remember where I heard it, but it was related to TV shows, actually. Like when you binge a TV show and then you're like, well, now what do I do with my life? The phrase was like you're in a show hole and like a black hole or something with shows. And I'm like, I've kind of
a show hole. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
like
a show hole. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that at all. That doesn't. I don't want to be in any hole. Yeah, no, get me out.
But I've been there, with video games certainly, and I think when video games are, and this is certainly true of me, but I do have a lot of other interests, but video games are like the number one element of my personality. For sure. So it is weird, like when you can feel kind of listless when like your number one thing ain't doing it anymore. It's like, well, what now? So I've definitely been there, but I think that it just is kind of like, it's normal. First of all, there's nothing like wrong. Just kind of chill out and just, explore some other things, take a little bit of a break, especially after after Tears of the Kingdom.
That's a big one. Yeah. Play Ding Dong XL, actually. After Tears, play Ding Dong XL. That's the type of game. You don't go to Sonic. You go to this simple arcade game afterwards.
Just a simple...
Just a palate cleanser.
Yeah. John, I'm not going to read John 32's comment out loud because I thought it said something very different when the way he typed that.
Yeah, you brought it on, man.
Thank you for that.
You're inciting violence in the chat, I guess.
Yeah. And so hopefully, Quagmire, let us know. We'll continue this conversation in podcast form.
Yeah, slowly. I actually just had to hold myself back for like suggesting people do things in the Discord. Like, no, we're addressing this 1 week at a time, and we'll see where we're at in August. Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll come back in the middle of August, and we'll see where we're at in the conversation.
Oh my gosh, man!
Figure it out.
Yeah, I'd love to do some pen paling. But not in the Discord. Like we'll set it up in the Discord, but we'll do some pen paling.
I miss writing letters.
Yeah, let's write. Dude, have you written anything like?
It's been a long time since I've. Well, I write. Usually so. When we have like our team meetings, for example, or if I'm like interviewing somebody, I'll typically have like my notepad to the side and I'll write, notes and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I haven't actually like written a letter to somebody.
Your hand will cramp. I'm telling you, your hand is not conditioned for that.
Yeah.
It'll cramp up.
I miss it though. I kind of miss there's something so much more personal about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's maybe post show.
All right, let's go. Okay, yeah, we'll save that for later, probably.
Pin it for later, and then absolutely forget
it's just
about
gone.
Nagachaka comes in with another thing that you sort of tapped into, Sean. What's everyone's game plan in terms of finding time and money to play all them sweet games from Nintendo this year? Pikmin 4, Detective Pikachu Returns, WarioWare Move It, Super Mario Brothers Wonders, Super Mario RPG, Pokemon DLC, Mario Rabbids DLC. What's the game plan, Sean? Finding time.
I don't think I have a plan. I don't think I have a plan. I'm just gonna have to just bull rush this, man. Just head down, just run ahead. Don't think about it. Because if I do, there's lots of reasons not to get any of those games.
Right.
But charge it, I guess. Put it on the card. One thing I will say is, at least for those of us with children, those of us with families, things like that, maybe some of it could be like Christmas presents. Maybe there's some birthdays in there. You got to have those good old tricks of the trade, whether for yourself, for those who don't have kids, or just the household. How is are the birthdays in between now and then? Obviously, like there's Christmas. Maybe there's other holidays that are gift giving holidays that I'm not as familiar with. but maybe that could be worked into it. And the reason I bring that up specifically, I think that might be WarioWare. As much as I want to play that game day one, WarioWare Move It. Was it you who said that the Japanese version of it is basically like smooth moves?
Yeah, it's like, it translates to like super smooth moves.
Oh man, maybe people thought smooth moves was too like poopy. Maybe they thought it was more like bowel movement.
Dude, I have never thought of that ever.
Now you will not be able to think about it.
That makes so much sense,
Smooth
dude.
moves.
That has never entered. Wow, you just blew my mind a little bit.
Just leakage. You don't want that.
Holy
just move it instead. That's much better.
That's probably exactly
smooth move. X-lax. Exactly, Adam K. Yes, dude. Thank you. That's exactly it.
Wow, dude.
But yeah, WarioWare probably for Christmas. We'll have our diarrhea game on Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays. Gosh. Yep, Mom. We had a good ride. I mean, like Lockleth, this is what happens, you know.
This is what happens when Lockleth's gone. Do you remember never mind. I'm not that's post show. That's post show. I almost said something bad.
But I think Mario RPG I hear is not very long. Probably just a straight up day one. It would be a voucher purchase for me if it was full price. Like it's right. Is that the one that was $50? Maybe not.
WarioWare's 50.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Pikachu's 50. I think Mario RPG is full price.
Okay, that might be my voucher game. That might be how I handle it. And I would encourage Nagachaka and others to explore vouchers. See how that works for y'all.
This I don't know if it's like this in Canada, but there's like a crazy Best Buy thing going on. If you're like a Best Buy member or whatever, it's like buy two get one free.
I don't even know if we have that membership anymore.
I don't know if I don't know if this is US only, but ScheiGuy was telling me about this. Thank you, ScheiGuy.
Oh, what's up? Thank you, ScheiGuy.
ScheiGuy was telling me about this because it's like all of these games are included. Like everything from the Nintendo Direct is included. So he like totaled up. Like if you bought all these games, it would be like $220. It's like
that's still a lot of money, but that's great deal. But that's still kind of nuts to think. I don't like thinking about. I don't like totaling it up. I don't want to do it. Tony Baker confirms not in Canada.
Oh,
that's too bad.
That's unfortunate.
That's no good. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with. Are you day one on Pikmin? I feel like you're still kind of questionable. Are you? Yeah, like just cause like.
Well, no, I do. Well, I am. I've always been interested in the game. I've liked every Pikmin game that I've played. I've just never loved it.
Right.
And so
that's why I wasn't sure if you're day one.
Yeah, I'm really hopeful. That's why I'm looking forward to playing the demo tomorrow, because I'm really hopeful this is the one that I love. Like I want to fall in love with this one.
Yep.
So
no pressure, Pikmin. Just want to fall deeply and madly in love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to check out that Pikmin 1 and 2. Was that not a shadow drop? Like nobody has talked about. I have not seen a single person talk about like playing Pikmin 1 and 2. Not even. Yeah. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong places. Yeah.
Got lost in the sauce there. I mean, look, when everybody's still got their mind blown by like Super Mario Brothers Wonder, they're not thinking about HD versions of Pikmin 1 and 2.
I think a lot of people are still playing Tears of the Kingdom too.
They are.
Like, it was clearly spaced well beyond, like Pikmin 4 clearly spaced well beyond May for Tears of the Kingdom, but it's like, maybe there's not enough time. Maybe I don't know.
We could have put it out in August probably and got away with it.
Probably. Yeah.
Honestly. So
delay it, Nintendo. Yeah. Go ahead. Just delay it a little bit more.
Just delay some more stuff.
Take it from us. All right? Take it from us.
Well, we have a question here. Hopefully this answered your question, at least somewhat, Nagachak. We don't
I don't know.
But we got a question from Brian Eck that I think we should honestly pin for when Lockleth comes back, because this is a Lockleth question, but I'll put it in here just in case you might have an opinion on this. Brian X says, "Hey guys, my grandma was wondering what Story of Seasons game is best to play for a first-time player. She's a little bit overwhelmed by all the different ones on the Switch. I've never played any of these.
Neither have I. So, that'll have to wait. Question. Yeah, sorry, man.
We'll pin it. Brian
Shout out to Brian X grandma though. Thanks for listening.
Brian X grandma, the Nintendo Drive like super fan.
Definitely,
I love it.
We're gonna have to send her something. We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do something about this.
Presto the Magnificent says, "What day do you think the new tracks will come out? I want your exact guess."
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna be selfish on this one, Seth.
Your birthday?
My birthday. Yeah. But I was trying to think, like, as I was saying that, Pikmin is July 21st.
Yeah.
So a week later is my birthday. The 28th is my birthday. Please don't get me anything. That's totally fine. Just hang out with me. I've taken the day off, and we'll do what we did last year. We'll play some video games together, and that will be very exciting. But that would be amazing. Please. Yes. They said summer right in the middle, man. July 28th. Give us some Mario Kart tracks.
July 28th. Yeah. I could see that.
Yep.
I'll just go
maybe tomorrow.
To be contrarian. Yeah, maybe it's tomorrow. I'll just go with that. Just to be contrarian, I'll go August 3rd.
Ooh.
It's a Thursday. They like to drop these on a Thursday, Sean.
You know that just off the top of your head? Yeah. You know these are Thursday?
Yeah.
When is my birthday? What day of the week is the 28th? I don't even know. Wednesday? Friday. It's a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
So
maybe they'll drop it on the 27th.
27th would be okay too. I would accept 27th. My mom's birthday's on August 4th. So that'd be cool too.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
Either you're celebrating or your mom's celebrating.
Yep. There's lots of birthdays going on in summer. My sister's in there. It's my mother-in-law, like all this stuff. Maybe so. Hopefully, someone's birthday. I hope Nintendo drops this on someone's birthday.
I think there's a good likelihood that it will be somebody's birthday when they drop it. If count Presto, will we be like savants if we say like what day will it come out? Someone's
birthday. Nailed it. Absolutely crushed it.
Crushed it, dude. Yeah.
You know what I would kind of want to do if there's nothing else next week? We'll pin this maybe for next week. Okay. I want to pick the tracks. I want to like, we know one of them. We know the Squeaky Clean Sprint. But we've got 7 more. There's 8, right? There's more. Yeah. So there's 7 in total. What's up, Trucker Sloth in the chat? Yeah. So maybe we could pick some 7 tracks together.
I love it.
That'd be kind of fun. Pin it.
That'd be a good one.
Put a pin in it. Prick it.
Put a pin in all that. Just tack it up on the board there.
Boop.
It's interesting that this gets brought up because this segues into a couple of questions related to NSO, Sean.
Oh.
Clayton Dwyer says 2 questions about NSO. Do you think they'll add any more systems to NSO? And if so, which? Is there any chance Nintendo releases the original Super Mario RPG on NSO before the remake releases? So
Not before.
No way. No.
But maybe like a year after or 6 months afterwards. I'd love to see that. Was it you who mentioned it, or Ryan maybe, that it was on Wii Virtual Console? Wasn't it on like
Wii U? It was on the Super Nintendo Classic. Yeah.
What was the video that showed? I used to show up, see it like every Wednesday, like eShop Wednesday or Virtual
Wednesday. Yeah, Super Mario RPG.
Yes,
Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong. I know that whole song.
Thank you for helping me with that, because I had like quarter of the thought there, like not even like an eighth of the way there. I need help.
Low 1
yes.
and 2. That's so good.
That's amazing. Oh man, I'm so glad we do this together. That's great. But no, not to shatter any dreams. There are 0% chance that comes out before.
They want you to pay $60. They're not going to say, "Hey, get it on NSO," right? But the question that's interesting here is adding more systems to NSO. I don't know about you. I don't know how you feel about this. I don't know that they're going to add any more until the next console comes out. Like until we get like a hardware something.
So let's think about this, Seth. Like, let's think, what else could there be? Everybody wants GameCube.
Stuff,
it ain't happening.
No, GameCube.
So 64 is the latest of the consoles.
Yep.
So DS is still DS is possible. We're now starting to see the very first, and chat, please let me know if I'm wrong about this, but you and I have been talking about this in our predictions, Seth, of will there be 3DS games ported to Switch? And now what I'm thinking is the first time, again, correct me if I'm wrong, like Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, first one. So I do think that closes the door on 3DS games being added, but like maybe we could get some A Link Between Worlds ported. Maybe
they did Miitopia also, which was a 3DS port.
Yeah,
so it's kind of fun. But yeah,
no, I'm not thinking about like, no, I think Miitopia is actually better than people think it is. Yeah,
it's a fun game. Yeah,
but
so they've done a couple 3DS games to the point where I don't think that there's any chance those come to NSO. DS, I think, is maybe
DS
the
is
most likely, but even then, Trucker Sloth in the chat says not even then they can remake and sell those. We're getting a DS remake this week with Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. So like we're getting that even also.
Yep.
You know, it's just this is all about money. You know, it's all about how, you know, what makes the most business sense. If they can repackage that stuff and sell it, they're way more likely to do that than stick it on a service, you know.
So on the flip side, Seth, Game Gear. Where's Game Gear at?
Yeah.
About Game Gear games?
I do think that is the most likely thing, is that we see like that we end up seeing more Sega.
Yes. That I was like, so Nintendo side pretty much exhausted out. 64 is the latest console.
I think so.
Yep. So Game Gear. I mean, I don't even know. I'm not a Sega person, but like I don't know how that Frankenstein system work. Like what the 32X or the CD? Like I don't like what was a different console? I don't understand it. Yeah.
Need Ryan for that. But it'd be like if they were to do like the Dreamcast, right? Like,
oh, dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Dreamcast would be incredible. I wasn't even thinking that. You're right. Oh, Dreamcast would be great. Yep. Not gonna happen though.
I don't think so either, but that would be super cool. I think that if they're gonna add more systems to it, I think they'll probably bank it for the next system. I think they're probably pretty set for right now. Personally,
I'm not even thinking there's a system anytime soon. So like when you say that, I'm like, well,
next year maybe.
I don't know. I've lost total faith, and I'm not in a bad way. I just stopped thinking about it, honestly. Like, which is how these things actually come to pass. You just stop believing in them, and then they go surprise.
Yeah, and then
so I've truly stopped believing. Like, I don't even think 2024, like new Switch. I don't even think that's happening. But who knows? What do I know?
Fall off, baby. You know.
What do I know?
See. Okay, and then I think this is actually the last question we have also about NSO. This comes from Star. Star says, so is the expansion pack worth it, or is NSO enough? We still just have the basic NSO, but there are some appealing games that are expansion exclusive, but the price difference is meaningful. Do y'all have it? What's your opinion? I think it's worth it.
So I don't want to just give a flippant answer here, because I was also the person who's just bought 17 games last week and have no plan for it. So like, don't look at me for, financial advice or anything good at all. But I feel like the expansion pass is a no-brainer, honestly. But maybe we need to do a bit more of a breakdown on this. But basically, as soon as they started adding DLC packs, like the booster pack for Mario Kart is enough for me. That is just included. But then all these other systems that they've added as well, I don't know. I think about it in the way of like, what if it was virtual console? Like, what if we were stuck with that, and how much money would I be spending there to build up the library that we have across both? I also think, again, because I have a family, like we benefit from that. And I also sometimes give away spots on that family plan to Extra Life. Yep. Well, no, for like the community members, I let you join my family. So yeah, I become your dad. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I sort of halfway bring up Extra Life too, because we're going to have to be talking about Extra Life pretty soon here. Coming up early November in Rome, New York, Carpool Gaming. We're going to be there. So stay tuned for more news on that. But this expansion pass, I can't imagine not having it, honestly.
Me too. Yeah, I think it's a great value personally. I think that especially like what they've done that is really smart is they've taken like the DLC or the expansions, if you like, for their most popular games, and they've worked it into the thing with Mario Kart and Animal Crossing.
Splatoon
if you have
2,
and Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, if you almost certainly have one, if not both of those games.
Totally.
If you're a Switch owner, right? And so like it has inherent value just from the strength of that alone. I'm a little bit surprised that they don't work in like the Smash Fighters Pass and stuff into it. I'm a little surprised there's not more maybe, but when you factor in the fact that like you can have 8 people on your family plan. So in the US, I think it's $79.99 a year. Yeah. So if you have like people who are all paying into it and
have friends,
$10
stuff
a person
totally
per year.
And there is no dad version on the account. Like everybody gets same access. Everything is fine. Like, Yeah, I totally would. There's no Netflix like password sharing stoppage or anything like that. Yeah, you can totally, find a pen pal in the Discord and split up your family. Yeah, buddy up. Totally.
Split up your family.
No,
Nintendo Drive.
Damn it, that's not what I meant.
Out of context.
I mean, if they're not adding positive energy to your life, then yeah. Maybe do
split them up.
Yeah.
Why not, dude? get your Discord friends in there instead, and
exactly. That's your real. It's your real family.
That's the real family. All right.
We're starting to sound like the Foot Clan from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie,
recruiting people.
Exactly.
Holy moly! I can't see says that they put a question in the Discord.
I've got it.
Show. Okay.
I've got it. I can't see in the Discord says, since we love our physicals here, has anyone found a complete set of official Zelda amiibo cards? Also, since we're getting a 2D Mario, do you think the time is right for a 2D Zelda? Love these questions, man. So you want to tackle this first one first?
Sure. Yeah.
You found a complete set of official Zelda amiibo cards?
Am I wrong? I don't think there's official Zelda amiibo cards.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think the only official amiibo cards are just Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But
that would why don't they especially alongside Tears of the Kingdom? That would be great,
dude. Because there are people who take like the NFC or whatever chips and put it in a card and sell it on like Etsy.
Totally.
Like if I were Nintendo, I would do that. You could print as many cards as you want, dude. Just.
Well, and what's interesting too, if you remember, I don't know if you remember this, Seth, we weren't podcasting together at the time, but there were a full set of amiibo for Animal Crossing and they were not popular at all.
Right.
They were almost embarrassingly just on the shelves all the time. And I feel like that's what really drove the shift over into amiibo cards. Cause I think there were still, I don't know, maybe that's what helped and
cheaper.
they get the cost down totally. So
Yeah. They and people are doing that kind of in a third party capacity, just not officially, but yeah, it's totally possible. There are people out there. It was funny, the Ganon and Zelda amiibo that got announced at the Direct last week. People are like, oh yeah, we data mined the paraglider fabrics 2 weeks ago.
What?
It's already there in the game.
Oh my gosh.
So,
dude, those are thirst trap amiibos right there. Those might be
can't wait.
The thirstiest of them. Well,
can't wait.
There's Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade 2.
That's also nuts. A thing. It's a factor.
Yeah. Well, you knew this. Look, this is the horniest Nintendo podcast on the internet, but I feel like it's better when Lockleth is here.
I think she offsets it a little bit. We're not just a couple of gross dudes.
Exactly. Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Fair.
All right.
That's fair. What was the other part? Do you think it's okay? Do you think the time is right for a 2D Zelda? Yeah. I think the time's always right for a 2D Zelda. Bring it on.
2 a year. Yeah. Absolutely. Technically, I don't think the time is right just because Tears of the Kingdom just came out. But yes, selfishly for me, 2D is always the one. It always has been, always will be. It probably speaks to the fact of why I'm not all in, if you like, Seth. On Tears of the Kingdom. I've always liked 2D Zelda a little bit more. So yeah, give it to me, man. Give me that. Even a Link Between Worlds port. Just my weekly plea. Just give it to us. Come on. I don't even need a brand new game. That's fine. Just give me an old game. I know I like it. I'm good with that.
I'd be okay with that. Even we have the Oracle games coming.
Yep.
On NSO. Yep. Those are great.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people haven't played those. Yep.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So didn't Minish Cap just come to
it's on GBA
Advance? Yeah, man. Yeah. So maybe I don't even have to. Maybe I'll just play those.
You could, yeah, but I mean, we could always, use more. I would love to see them get to a place where the Zelda team is making. I was really hoping that that Grezza was gonna just be the 2D Zelda people,
right?
After Link's Awakening, just buy them, acquire them. They haven't. I don't know why. Just acquire them and just make them the 2D Zelda team.
Totally. Yeah.
In perpetuity, just like you're doing this now. We got the core team making the Tears of the Kingdoms and the next game in the series. Yeah. And meanwhile, you guys will pump out, new 2D Zelda games. I would love to see they made that beautiful engine with that toy aesthetic for Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
And you're telling me we're only going to get one game?
That's it, man.
Come on, dude. Like,
it literally brought tears to my eyes playing that game for the first time. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Just so beautiful. But I'm too dumb for that game. I didn't even finish that game because I'm too dumb. Just wandering back and forth. Like, I don't know where to go. But I got pretty far. But I do love that. And also great amiibo in that too.
Great amiibo.
Yep. Still in the box. I think we were talking about this in the Discord a little while back, getting some pricing for some stuff that's still in the box. And I think this is a good one to have in there, man.
It's a great amiibo, dude.
I think that's beautiful. I also need to check my Samus. I might have a double cannon Samus. I might have one. It's like possible.
One of those defunct.
Let me go check. Do you want to talk to this?
Go ahead.
Do you want to talk to people?
What's up, everybody?
You muse around. I'll be right back.
Yeah, well, I'll vamp a little bit. What's up, everybody? Hi, welcome to the Nintendo Drive with your host Seth. While Sean goes and gets his potentially double cannon Samus amiibo, I'm really excited to talk about 2D Mario games tonight. I'm a big fan of 2D Mario. Wait, he already found it. That wasn't long to vamp at all. That took no time.
Okay, double fail. Not only do I not have a double cannon Samus, it's not in the box.
Oh,
so I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, I do know what I was thinking. We used to buy amiibo like day one. It's the first chance that we could get. We would get those. So, not gonna lie, I'm a little out of breath from running to the other side of the room.
Sprinting.
It's not that far, so I'm a little embarrassed. Don't know what's going on, dude. I'm running like 2.5 hours. I'm doing all my getting into shape, and I jaunt over there to grab a toy, and I'm winded. I'm gonna drink of my Diet Pepsi here in my Fallout cup.
You're crushing it, dude. Well, I do think maybe 2D Zelda talk is a good segue into 2D Mario talk.
Yes,
Sean.
yes.
Because the mission tonight is to rank the 2D Mario games. In the wake of the Super Mario Brothers Wonder announcement, Sean, it's very exciting. It brought tears to my eyes.
Aww.
It made a grown man cry over there with that announcement. 2D Mario means a lot to me, and I'm excited to talk about it. I think for a lot of people, this is how they got into Nintendo. For many people have been playing Nintendo for a long time. It was Mario, man. It was 2D Mario. This is a cornerstone of video games, and here we are getting a new one. It's very exciting.
Very exciting. It's been a while, as we said before. Not as many as I thought, Seth. When I think 2D Mario, I think like it's a very prolific series here, but obviously the 3D games got inserted here. So when I think Mario, and obviously all the side games too, and I don't know if you want to get into the games we're not considering here, but we have 11 games to rank here. And notably, because I saw the list, I thought there's got to be more. And then for some reason I thought, wait, how many Assassin's Creed games are there? And there are 12. There are 12 Assassin's Creed games. There are only 11 what we'll say like pure 2D Mario games, like mainline. We're not doing Dr. Mario, as Starthea points out in the chat here.
Yeah, sorry.
There's a lot of other considerations that we could have done, but we want to keep this to 60 to 90 minute podcast and keep it pure,
manageable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep it pure. We also, so there are a couple of things here. A couple of little weird things with Mario. First of all, maybe the biggest omission is something like Mario All-Stars is not in consideration here. Same with the Mario Advance games. While the physics are different, and while, yes, I know that like Mario 3 had the e-reader levels, Mario All-Stars is how we got the lost levels here for the first time. They're ultimately ports, so we did disqualify those. Also, there's a little bit of weirdness with naming conventions, because like Yoshi's Island, for example, is technically Super Mario World 2.
Yeah.
But that's Yoshi's Island. You know what I mean? And then Wario Land, same way. It's actually Super Mario Land 3 for Wario Land 1, but that's Wario Land, right? So we're keeping it lean tonight. We're keeping it trim. Mario Maker also is not here. I understand, you can make a bunch of 2D Mario stuff. Metroid Mike out there busting his butt, making Super Mario Brothers 5.
I'll tell you what, that guy making those levels, those worlds is the number one of one reason I still have Mario Maker on my Switch. Just wanting to play his levels for sure.
He crushes it, but still, it's one of those things we had to disqualify it. Super Mario Run is on the list. Now, even though that is a mobile game, it is still absolutely a 2D Mario game.
We also did it for YouTube algorithm purposes for people to yell at us in the comments below. Right. So that's why. Yeah.
And there will be yelling, I'm sure. A little bit of engagement juice. Sean.
Yes. Squeeze out that engagement juice.
Yeah, but I think that's it. I think that's the only parameters. I think
that's it.
That we need to set.
Lots of. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say there's lots of not so new Super Mario Bros. On this list, and they're all here, but not Super Mario Luigi's, not Super Luigi, whatever the heck it was called on the Wii.
Super Luigi U,
kind of an expansion.
Yeah, an amazing
kind of
game,
a weird standalone.
It's a spin-off. It also is DLC for New Super Mario Brothers U. So when we get to that point in the conversation, Sean, I would like to consider that because it is baked into New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. So I would like to consider that as a total package. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
So I made a custom tier list, and I did, like I said, I pinned it in the chat so people can play along if they'd like. It's also going to be in the description or show notes for anybody who wants to do theirs later, and is broken down into 5 tiers, Sean. S, A, B, C, and D. S is for super, A is for amazing, B is for better than average, C is for could take it or leave it, and then D is for don't at me if you like it. So that's where we're at with this right here. Because here's the thing. Even a bad 2D Mario game is still pretty good. It's like pizza. Like, it's like still better than most, right?
We'll see about that, Seth. Now, people who are here watching us on YouTube or whether it's live or on the video on demand, they are seeing this come together here. We're going to describe it the best that we can. Yes. Are we meant to agree on this? Like, what is the result? Okay,
we need to find a common ground.
Oh, this could be very, very difficult. I imagine in some cases. I think we're going to land in the important places, like with the proper games, at the top. I think,
right?
But we'll see. I think that's why we do it anyways, though.
I think we'll see. There are a couple of areas, and I think that placements will be important too here. I think that's where we might disagree. I might have a higher opinion or a lower opinion on some of these versus others. Now, Sean, do you want to go by like chronological order here, or do you want to go by the way they're listed in here? This was random.
You know what? Let's do the random then. I actually kind of like that. Yeah, because Right. Now, the other thing too that I will point out, and this, I'm not trying to keep us to this at all, but I will point out that I believe that a tier maker where you're ranking things in like the S tier, A and whatnot, that you should almost end up with like a bell curve where you have most of them in the middle, and then on the extremes, good and bad, you have few numbers, but it doesn't always work out like that. But I just think like you can't have all the games be S tier. Is kind of, and not that, again, I don't want to impose any sort of like arbitrary limit. Yeah.
S tier is rarefied air. There are, I'll just be transparent with you, 2 games on this list that I think are S tier. The rest of them I think are not.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Okay. I already did this once, but because now I'm sharing it here on Melon, I've lost what I did before. So who knows? It could be, totally different. I don't know.
We'll feel it out.
All right.
Okay. Well, Sean, the first game here on the docket is the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES, the game that started it all, 1985. Started it all, really kind of video games in general. Are you about to put that in?
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see what you would do.
Holy cow. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how you're feeling about this. Here's the thing. I am not somebody who considers like history that much, like historical significance that much personally. So for me, that's B tier, like better than average. That's where
that's not where I thought you were. I thought there was like a corner you were going to turn with that statement, but you just kind of like, just set right in, like nuts to history. Who cares if it's one of the most important games ever? Like, look, play wise, it's just better than average. It's B.
that's where I look. It's a masterclass in level design. It's set, it's set the tone, But yeah, this is what I'm saying though. Star Athena in the chat. It's hard to view these without nostalgia goggles. I am trying to remove. Now I'm wearing a Super Mario Brothers 3 shirt right now. There is gonna be nostalgia, goggles for sure. But I am trying to be somewhat objective. Buck here in the chat asked, does this include lost levels? No.
Right.
We are gonna not include. We thought about making it a separate entry, but just for for the ease of everything, we're just gonna keep it simple here.
And honestly, I would be curious to know. This is something we don't have to do in podcast questions week to week. Just answer in the Discord or in the comments below. How many people played through the lost levels? Like, I think the number is actually quite low. I like maybe you played the first little bit and you realized it's hard. It's hard and looks and plays a lot like the first one. Like, you might have just satisfied some curiosity, but I think a lot of people just probably skipped it and went on to some of the other games. I will argue with you a little bit, and I just, it's not about being right, but you're definitely wrong on this one.
Okay.
So this is A tier. I will say this is A. I won't go all the way to super or S tier. And a couple of reasons I think about that. I think the music is just some of the best in the entire series, and I think that will become part of my kind of criticisms of a few later. I think as far as the level design and the way it teaches you to play games, it instantly became the template for future game design, and I will always appreciate that. And the going from, you don't play linearly if you don't want to. You can skip levels. You can find shortcuts. You can jump up to the top. Like, I just feel like it still breaks your mind on what you should expect from video games. Why is Mario running where the numbers are, with the clocks and the points and everything up there? I think that kind of stuff is absolutely incredible. I think the water levels are actually good. I think the power-ups are some of the best and totally hold up and are better than most of what's on this list when we get into probably every single one of the new Super Mario Bros. On here. The only thing really it's not here is 16-bit graphics in Yoshi, I would say. So amazing.
The issue that it's unfair. It is unfair that
I know
Super
it's old.
Well, the thing is like Mario 1, it holds up though, quite well. It's pretty timeless, but the problem that it has is because you do look at it compared to Mario 2 and Mario 3, which are dripping with personality. It is my least favorite of those 3 games.
Whoa! Okay. Sure. Holy okay. Oh, we're gonna disagree on 2 then, at least, guaranteed.
Well, but here's the thing though, Sean, is I think that what we're gonna bump into a lot tonight is, what do you look for in Mario? You're talking about level design and stuff. For me, the most I love the gameplay of Mario and level design. That's all important to me too, but it's vibes is what I really love from Mario. I really treasure weird, unique, stupid power-ups. That's why when I saw Mario turn into an elephant, I cried. I was like, oh my god, yes, please. Finally,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I kind of love about Mario is
I just think it's playable.
Vibes.
I just it's totally sort of like movies. I guess I'm kind of looking at this if we were making a best movies, one of the criteria there would be rewatchability. For me, it's replayability, but not in the same way that you typically think of video games where it's different every time, or there's multiple endings. I think when people think replayability, they look for multiple paths. For me, it's just I could play this. This is almost Desert Island type of game because it's just so good. You could play it almost forever. That's kind of where I'm at. And I'm I think it's interesting to talk about and explore. And I'm shocked that we're not seeing, I don't know where the chat lies on any of this. If it's S, A, or B, I don't know. We're not eliciting anger yet. So I guess that's good.
No anger yet. Tell you what, let's conditionally put it in A and see where
you and I are so kind, because I was just putting it to B. Let's just conditionally put it to B.
Let's put an A and we'll see where it winds up. Star Athena here in the chat says A. So
thank you, Star. Okay,
we'll see where we wind
up. We need a tiebreaker, especially
Yeah.
When these kinds of
Mario
things happen.
Mario 35, amazing tier. Mario 35 is great. But you can't,
Mario 35 is
you're
great. You just
factoring
can't
in
play
these,
it.
like, you know, I can't even play it anymore.
Can't even play it anymore, man.
Okay. This I feel like is going to be controversial. New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Sounds like you hate this game.
I hate this game. I hate it. I took it back. I traded it into EB Games. I even gave it a second shot with the U Deluxe when it came to Switch. Yeah. I had it on the Wii U because I bought everything on the Wii U. I wanted that thing to survive, and I thought it was my personal responsibility to make it happen. I think this game feels clunky to play. I think it tried to focus too much, and like this is like a similar comment to all of them. Trying to focus too much on co-op as the fun factor, and I just didn't really play too much co-op on this. I think it's totally lame. It's to your point about personality. I think it's just totally flat. I think uninspired music, uninspired level design. And every time you die, it kicks you out to the map. Like, oh my, just let me play the game. And no, absolutely. This is D or C for me. Like, I'm down there. Could take it or leave it, or don't at me if you like it. So maybe Seth, don't at me. All right.
Yeah. Well, I need to make a little bit of an argument for it. Now, this is not an A or even an S tier, certainly not an S tier Mario game, but if we were talking about just Luigi U would be S tier for me. Like, Luigi U is phenomenal in my opinion. I think the game feels great. I was playing it today. I was playing it 2 hours ago. I think it feels great. I think that it is lacking some of the charm, but I do think that out of the new series, I think this has the most of it. I think that having like, janky stuff like Nabbit, in there, having like the flying squirrel suit in there is kind of fun.
The flying squirrel suit is the lamest power up in all of it's maybe all of Mario. We'll see here, but that might be one of the worst ones. I'll take the bee suit over that. Give me
from Galaxy?
From Galaxy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Sean. Oh no. No, I think, but I do think too, like it's the kind of thing also where like the levels are really like playful. Like I was kind of surprised playing it today, like how explorative the levels are. There's a lot of like little hidden nooks and crannies in there. The music in all the new Super Mario Brothers games, they all suck. The music sucks terrible in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you that. But I don't know, man. Like and then like Luigi U does give it a bump for me also, which I love. I think it's so fun. I think Luigi U is like so like interesting and weird and strange and has like great wacky level design. It feels like a fan mod almost of Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If it were me, I'd put it in B. But I know it's
you want to put it in
here.
B. Oh, yeah, man.
I know it's an uphill battle here. I know I'm fighting for my life. Gosh. The chat is hard disagreeing with me too. So I know the deck is stacked. The deck is stacked. Will you give me low B?
I'll give you low B. Okay. That is the other thing working against it here. There's nothing else in B. We'll see how this works out. But Tony Baker, and look, who cares what the tier maker really says? The audience, the listeners, the friends in the Discord, they'll tell us how they really feel. But yeah, you gave me A with the first Super Mario Brothers. I wanted to go lower with this. It's great to be right twice in a row, but
here's the deal though. Sean, like all of these other new Super Mario Brothers games, I think are going to wind up lower. Personally,
we'll see. Okay, I mean, this is why we do this.
Anyway,
can't believe we took so long with all the other stuff we talked about before. I thought we were just going to fly through this, but settle in, folks. We're going to be here for a bit, I think.
But how do you feel about Mario Run? Where do you come out with Mario Run?
I feel good about Mario Run, actually. Okay. I feel
feeling good.
Yeah, and especially they added stuff afterwards, like the Toad thing. Like that was actually really good. So this is at least, I would say this is a B for me. I don't know if I can go much further than a B. I think this is better than. It's
not A.
I think this is, which is amazing that this is, better in my mind. This is better than a Wii U game.
Yeah, it hurts my heart, but I'll concede. I can concede that, but
Yarden says, "Wow."
Jarden,
what's up, Jarden? Yarden, Jan Arden, Canadian pop star.
I can, yeah.
You don't. Okay, so wait. You said before that Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe was a low B, where you can compromise.
I'll compromise on a low B with it. I can feel good about it. It's okay. I get it.
They both are like kind of the same era. This might just be the category where all the new Super Mario Brothers go.
I'm telling you, dude, I think that we'll get to it. It's funny that we like end on the bad ones here. I'm telling you, I think all those are like C tier. Like I don't know. We'll get there.
Good God. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if you and I have ever talked about Super Mario Brothers 2. I love this game. And for me, other than Mario 3, what are you for real?
I'm kidding.
Oh man, I love it. I think that it is so like this one for me is very playable. Like I can pick it up, just get straight into it. I love that this was the game that really introduced like the different personalities of the playable characters. This is where, Luigi does jump higher, and this is where Peach has like a little flutter and Toad is faster. And, I like that stuff. And I like the weird, like Subcon, I think is such a cool, weird setting that I wish they would go back to with Mario. I think Wart is a great villain. The music is phenomenal. The enemies, like the Phanto and stuff, are so cool.
Yep.
I love it.
Design wise, it's so memorable, and that is something that I think is coming to my mind with Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and all the other new Super Mario Bros. Like, there's nothing memorable about any of that stuff. I don't go like, I remember like this part about. All I remember is that music, and it like that's cute that everybody's like on beat and everything else. Super Mario Bros. 2 is so like illustrative. It just pops off the screen, and to think it was on the same system as the first Mario Bros. We just talked about it is nuts. Totally different mechanics, by the way. Like jump on an enemy and you just stand on him. You just like and you pick them up and the power blocks, and I don't know, man. It's a weird game too. Like this is I think why you like it quite a lot. This is Nintendo being weird. Obviously, a swap. It wasn't supposed to be Super Mario Bros. 2, so that's always really interesting to think about when you talk about the history of it. I have to say, before we land on this, that because we've now established Super Mario Run and Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe as B, everything else is shifted for me. I cannot put this on the same line as Super Mario Run. I don't know if you're gearing towards S.
No, this is A.
I think this is A as well. I think
I put it without above the first. I think A above the first personally. But
I'll give you that. I wouldn't do that above the first because I think this game is also. I think this game is hard as balls, dude. I think this game is very difficult.
Pretty hard.
I think it's actually tougher than the first one.
It is.
Boss battles like all the time.
Birdo is in that game.
Great
that's
character.
the debut. There's a lot of like great, introductions.
Yes.
In Mario 2.
Yeah, very imaginative. Like this is, and maybe this is why you are excited for Wonder as well. Like this is our first little glimpse that maybe the whole like Mario world is inspired by some sort of drug trip. Like maybe there's just some sort of, like what is happening? Just some sort of acid drop, and you get Mario 2.
I've heard some theories to this effect.
Yes, I can be on amazing. Personally, like on my own grading system, I probably would have had Mario Run and Mario Deluxe down a level, and I might have had. I'm not as high on Super Mario Bros. 2 the U, but I will not argue that these are a tier above those other games.
Okay.
All right.
Mario 3 is S tier all day.
S tier, yeah. I think it might be the best. Might be. I think there's only one other game that could be. But yeah,
you
Super
and I are
Mario
on the
Bros.
same
3.
page about that.
Yeah.
Do we want to just do that? Do we want to just have that discussion? The try
Mario, the 3 versus Mario World, and why one is better than the other. Yeah. I think this one. I think it's a tough one. Today I land on Mario 3 is top, but like yesterday could have been a different answer. Tomorrow could be a different answer. I don't know.
That is the age-old argument. Like which one is better? Mario 3, Mario World. They're both incredible. They're both 10s, right?
They really are.
Like those are the two S tiers for me. Is Mario 3, Mario World. But what I always land on, and again, I think it just comes down to where you land on this. Like the power-ups in Mario 3 are so fun and imaginative. The stuff that you can do on the overworld map, which there's none of that in Mario World. And in Mario World, they got rid of a lot of power-ups in favor of having Yoshi. And Yoshi's great, But like for me, I'm like, where's my Tanuki suit? Where's my frog suit? You know, I also like in Mario 3, like how kind of it still feels classic. Like it's still there are like kings and kingdoms and, you know, wands and warp whistles and, you know, there's just something to that. I also like the sort of like theater aesthetic of Mario 3. I don't know, like I love Super Mario World. It's phenomenal, but it's like the whole aesthetic is like dinosaurs and stuff, which is cool, but like I don't like it as much as Mario 3, and that's where I've always come down on it personally.
One of the ways, I can't say anything that you just talked about any better than you just stated it, but I'll add a little flavor to this, in that when I think of Mario Maker and the way that you can start to kind of like pile things on each other, and there's a logic to it, that you throw some wings on a Goomba and then the Goomba starts to flutter around and things like that. I feel like a lot of that has its heart and soul in Mario 3, even though you can make levels from, I think, all the games at this point now.
Most at least the ones
them. So I don't know. Like, there's something about that really gets to me. There's also something that can never really be done in the same way without being derivative of this, which is the worlds. Like there's just your regular, you know, kind of grasslands, and then you've got like a sky world, and I'm sure there's names to all of this stuff. Yeah, the airships too. Again, music is a big deal to me, and just a lot of mystery in how you solve this kind of puzzle of a game. How do you get to the end with the warp whistles, and do you save your P-wings? There's a level that you're going to want to use that P-wing for. So much, like, dude. This is the age of Nintendo power, where you want to get that one issue that lays out all the things in the map, and totally. So the one thing I'll put to Super Mario World, though, is like there's nothing quite like the ghost houses and finding the key and then going up to the keyhole and it swallows you whole. I think that's amazing. The little secrets going off to different parts of the overworld or the mini map, I think that stuff is really cool too. But Tanuki Mario is just so perfect in so many ways. Like, just whether it's
that art,
the box art is perfect.
I mean,
it's perfect. Yeah.
Like that, when I think of Mario, that is what I think of.
That's your Mario?
That image right there. That is my Mario. And like, I just like absolutely, that game means so much to me. Like, I'll never forget. Like, I was, you know, playing that game like 8 years old or something at my granny's house, playing it on my Uncle Aaron's NES, and just like feeling truly like in a different place, like feeling like I was in another world, man. And then just like, yeah, that game's so special, dude.
You know what's crazy is I think about these games, like sounds are filling my mind, like coin sounds and music and selecting the world and starting up the game. Like, all this stuff I think is incredible. I feel like, well, with Mario 3, even still too, like you were working together as a team. You play like 2-player and you can still kind of go back and forth. Of course, you do that in Super Mario World. And there's choice in both, actually, now that I think about it, in the way that you go about, like, there's optional levels, you know, like level 4 in the first world is totally optional. You can absolutely skip it if you want to in Super Mario 3. And in Mario World, you know, you can go left or right off the start. You want Yoshi at the start, or do you want to? Yeah. And the cape, I think, is a really cool power up too. Such a good one. Very simple. You know, it doesn't have to be a B, you know, that, like, there's, like I said, there's things that you just can't go back to. You can't go back to the simple days of a fire flower is game changing. A fire flower, a star, a cape, a dinosaur. You know, now that I guess Yoshi can flutter now a little bit, so there's that. But yeah, you can't go back to these, and they nailed it the first time.
Got it.
Really. Oh my gosh, so good. And I say the first time because it does seem quite different from the other games before it. I know it's the third and fourth games, but I don't know. It's not like they had like Super Mario Brothers 3-2, you know, they didn't need another iteration within that world or that scope. I don't know.
And Mario World is also still beautiful. Like, the
gorgeous
pixel art is still, I mean, it's still like one of the prettiest games on Super Nintendo.
I think Mario World feels more epic to me, and maybe that's what can confuse my feelings a little bit. Like, when I think of Mario World, like it's deep and expansive. Totally. Yeah, go to Star Road. Like, where am I? What is this place? Sure.
Well, and the thing, I also look at Mario World as almost like it is the marking of a new sort of like scale and era, because Mario 3, that is kind of like that traditional classic Mario like obstacle course kind of style where those levels are short. There's not checkpoints, you know what I mean? Like
Good point. Yep.
You're just cruising through those levels, and like when like I can feel the plastic of the NES controller in my hand, like when
kind of turning, like the torque on it.
Kind of like almost like turning it a little bit, and like you can just like cruise through those levels once you know them well enough. And it's still, I replay that game like a couple times a year still to this day. It's like putting on a your favorite jacket, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And Mario World is amazing also, but like it does have the bigger scale for me is both a positive and a negative. Like I feel like I don't know it as intimately because it's bigger.
I agree. Like, I'm 1,000%. Like I think that like there's definitely secrets in Super Mario World, but I think about Super Mario 3 crouching on the white block and going behind for some reason. Like that's a weird thing to do.
So cool.
Just all these strange things. Even the card games, even the match 3 things just insert out of nowhere, and the mushroom houses, and oh my gosh, dude, so good. Yeah, I mean we could sit here and wax poetic.
These are both 10s. These are both 10s.
Totally. Absolutely. Yeah. The only argument was which one was going to take top place within the S tier. And I'm glad we agree on this, because I wonder where we're going from here, Seth.
Yeah. Well, the next one here is Super Mario Land, the first one, the first one for the Game Boy. And I like it. It's weird, but the thing about Super Mario Land is it does have this like sense of like I like how strange and like how like the way the different like corners are set up and the weird like bosses and stuff of that one. It's really cool. And I love Tatanga also. The villain. I love Tatanga so much.
Not Topanga, Matt.
Not Topanga.
Yeah.
This one for me is probably B tier. I would maybe even think about going as low as a C. Personally,
I'll do B. I think you've thrown off everything with Deluxe being in a B tier. So now I can't go below it. I don't know, man. I think I'm not going to fight too hard for Super Mario Land. We'll put it that way. So we could go C tier, but I do quite like it. I think it was an interesting time, and we'll get to the more interesting game, I would say, next. But it was, trying to get an NES Mario experience on a Game Boy like it was about as transitional rather than transformational. Right. Just like try to get as much of that experience over rather than rethinking the platform or the handheld experience, I would say.
Right.
So nothing too honestly memorable about Super Mario Land. The bouncy ball, the music for the first level, I think kind of sticks out in my head, but otherwise, I probably won't.
Like
the box art, I think is cool.
No, the box art's great, but it also too like that to me felt like a stepping stone. Like to me, it reminds me of the first Mario, where it's like, okay, like we're figuring it out. Whereas you get to Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. To me, that is A, and to me personally, it's top of A.
Like, I thought we were gonna fight about this one. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I have played this game so many times, and I completely lost my mind when it came to NSO. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, love it.
I adore that game. It's the debut of Wario, first of all, which already you get points, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like the visual style, the imagination, the music, the level design, like it was funny when people were freaking out about Mario Galaxy. It's like, yo, Mario's been to space before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
Space Zone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so. All the different like ways, and it's a how do I put this? It's not too big. Like I actually, when I think about games, and this might not be the case. I think of Mario Land, like the first one, as being bigger or longer or more expansive. But Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins, maybe it's just because it's 6, just seems very doable. And I got to end up playing this game I would beat the game in a single sitting, just over and over and over again. And the different physics in it is the thing that stands out to me among so many other things. Great sound effects, great music and everything. But like you're underwater at the shipwreck or by the whale, and there's the squishy like jelly things that you're kind of stuck in floating in, or the space you're floating around. Or you're tiny in another instance. It's such a great game, very achievable, very playable. Everybody should be playing Super Mario Land 2. The 6 golden coins. Also, I wonder, are all these? Not all these are on NSO. Obviously, we got some of the newer games.
The vast majority of them are. Most of them are.
Oh yeah.
Like,
okay, we agree.
These classic ones. Yeah, we agree.
A tier. Yep. Okay.
The first new Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo DS. So I'm just putting them all in D tier.
Just I know I can't move them back. Shoot, sorry.
For me, I would put that one in C. For me, I would personally put it above Mario Land 1. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'll take it. Okay. Especially thinking about it like when it first came. Like we got to be honest. We didn't hate it when this game first came out. It was cool. Giant Mario was very strange.
Super cool and weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
That's what this category is. I don't hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for me, like New Super Mario Brothers 2 is D tier for me.
Oh, what? Oh my gosh, are you serious?
That's the worst one in my opinion. Like, it's cool, but the thing about it is like, really the gimmick is let's collect a
million coins.
Like, that is what your gimmick is? Like, we had truly dried out the well of ideas at that point. You know what I mean? Like, we were truly lost by that point. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, when I'm looking at the grand scope of this, like, that is the worst one. Tony Baker, I agree. That's the worst one. So empty, no soul. Like,
oh man, maybe I'm way alone on this one. I feel like it's just so playable. Like, who cares? It really, like, maybe it's just it's two different ways of looking at the exact same thing. Like, you say there's no soul, and I just love the who cares nature of it. Let's just go like pick up a bunch of coins because it's so over the top and ridiculous that at least it had, to me, like, at least it had some sort of identity. We could definitely agree that identity is not very imaginative or good, but at least it had something. Like, that's something that I know and remember about this game versus the other new Super Mario Bros. Like, whatever, man, squirrel suit, whatever.
And I feel like with Wii, for me, this is actually, I am happy with the way this is laid out because I like Wii better than 2. Wii, like, the identity of Wii was co-op, right? Like, that was that was kind of the big claim to fame, and it is a fun, co-op game and everything. But I do like, I'm not, like, these two games didn't really do it for me at all, to be honest.
Oh man, I do not agree. Okay. Well, let's look at all of this stuff.
Let's take stock.
You walk us through everything, where the games landed, and I will make some sort of dissenting noise whenever one pops up where I'm not pleased.
That makes you feel uncomfortable.
Is that okay? Then I at least have my say. But we will leave it. Okay, good. Go ahead.
All right. We are very happy with S tier being Mario 3 and Mario World.
Yes.
That's locked in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Mario Land 2, Super Mario Brothers 2, and the first Super Mario Brothers. I feel great about that.
Feel pretty good. Okay. Yep.
All right. So B, this is where it gets a little contentious because I
know
how you feel about New Super Mario Brothers. So we have Mario Run and Mario U Deluxe on the Switch on B tier.
Yeah.
I was expecting a dissenting noise there.
I mean, I don't know what else. Just like, just give me some Harrison Ford. Just why am I here?
Yeah, a little crumbling. Yeah. C tier could take it or leave it. New Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Land.
I actually think that that's okay. I could take it. Especially the way, maybe it's because of the way you've worded it rather than
phrased it.
Calling it C tier, like whatever that means. But like, literally I could take or leave either of those. Yeah.
And then like the way, like D tier, don't at me if you like it. I personally would put Mario Wii above Mario 2, but knowing how you feel about Mario 2, I could concede it overtaking Wii. I would be comfortable with that. I could.
I'll give you a grunting New Super Mario Bros. 2. I think I'll put it this way, of all the new Super Mario Bros, that's my favorite. That should be like the way that you have Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at B.
Wow.
Like I said, that ruined like Super Mario Bros. 2 on 3DS. You know what I will say though, now that we're talking about it for a bit here, I wonder if the platform has something to do with it. That's like maybe true. I'm not necessarily looking at it just as the game itself, but like I have a lot of love in my heart for 3DS, my friend. Like I don't know what it is about that. Like maybe it's the latest one that I just love, the new the new 3DS. Very, very great handheld. So maybe I'm attaching some of that to this, because I would also say same thing for the Mario Kart games. Like I love the Mario Kart games that were on handhelds, even GBA. And maybe they're not great Mario Kart games. I don't know, but I just loved having them in my hands. I love being able to like play it in that style. That maybe that's why Mario Run is up there.
Jarden in the chat says the real winner here is Mario Run. Just wow. Mario Run's a good game.
Yeah,
I think for what it is, I think it's really well designed.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
I loved it. And shout outs to Mario Run a lot. This goes undersung about Mario Run.
We're bringing it back.
Let's bring it back.
I'm downloading it again.
By the way, you paid for it one time. It did not have microtransactions. You bought it outright, and you had the game.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's great. I'll download it too.
I'm downloading it again right now.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's a great
game.
There
you go, Nintendo.
Y'all,
you got
everybody, re-download Super Mario Run. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Seth, this was a lot of fun to go through and remember these games. I still think we missed something. I still feel like this can't be all of the 2D Mario games.
Right.
Well, and the reason I say that, I guess, is, you look at these, how many super and amazing, when you think S and A tier, we've got 5 here. I feel like were you arguing for Super Mario 1 to be B, perhaps?
I was, personally.
So we could have ended up with only 4 S or A tier Mario games here. So I would say because of that, the level of expectation for Mario Wonder, like, is pretty high. There's been a long time since the last 2D Mario game. It's been an even much longer time since we had, top tier 2D Mario games. So they've really got to bring it with this one. So, and shout out to Donnie on Nintendo Shack, was giving some interesting insight into, and maybe we talk about this in a future episode too, how different Mario Wonder is to the new Super Mario Brothers games. To some people, they look more similar to each other than maybe to you and I. I think you and I see those two being quite different, but I do think there's people out there who look like, what's the difference? Like, how is this? It's not like they went to wax crayons or any sort of like weird kind of crazy art style with Wonder. But yeah, I think that would be interesting to kind of compare and contrast, especially when the game comes out on the same day as Spider-Man, by the way.
I'm just going to say it right here. Forget Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
I'm saying
I think I'm with you.
I'll play it later. I'll get to it.
I'll play it later. Yeah. It'll go on sale.
Yeah, I'll pick it up for like $40 in 6 months or something when I finally have time to play it.
Ryan Turford in the chat, dissenting grunt towards Mario Run over Mario Land. That's maybe a fair statement. But try Mario Run again, my friend. Try it again.
Try it out. Give it a shot. All right. Mario Land. Like these are all great. Like these are all, like it's like, again, it's the pizza thing. You know what I mean? Like even bad pizza is still pretty good. Like it's still better than most. So yeah.
This was fun. I like doing this stuff. Every once in a while we pull out a tier maker list. Yep. Wonder what Locklith would have said. Locklith, we definitely need, we'll reach out to Locklith. Hopefully she's doing all right and maybe can do a tier maker and see how that would compare. Now, Seth, maybe you and I do the same thing because we came together. This is is ours, but maybe we do our own and we'll put it in the Discord. So if you want to see what that looks like, if you've been a listener and you've been like, why do they keep talking about that Discord? Maybe you'll jump on into the Discord to see where that's exclusive to the Discord. Not going to tweet that out. We'll keep it exclusive. Yes.
Please. I would love to see y'all in there. It's 100% free. Links are always in the video description and in the show notes. Hop on into that Discord, man.
Hop on in.
Off in there. Sean, can I show you my physical?
Yes, please.
Would you like to see my physical?
I like that you asked for consent first.
My physical today.
Oh my goodness gracious.
The game that I knew would take home the top prize today, Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The GOAT, I stand by it. I am thrilled that it has taken home the crown today. And I was looking at it the entire time, thinking about all of the memories. Yeah, this is a special game, my friend. And I'm glad.
Can you, I know we're nearing the end here. I'm wondering if maybe you can talk about some of more of your favorite stuff about this game. Cause I was going to get a physical. It's in the other room. I didn't want us to be late, but because that's your physical, I need to compare it to something that Chelsea and I made once upon a time. So please, like, I'll be right back. I'll be back.
I remember when I played this, my Uncle Aaron, I played a lot of his like hand-me-downs. Growing up in Chicago, primarily with my granny and papa. My Uncle Aaron lived with them. He lived up in their attic. It was like a weird thing. I worshipped him. He was my favorite person on the planet. And he introduced me to a lot of video games. And his NES and his copies of like Zelda and Mario and stuff, like those are extraordinarily formative for me. That is how I became the person I am. Like this game, Super Mario Brothers 3 and the original Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, like these are the reason I am the person I am today. This influenced so much of my personal taste, man. So much of who I am today is because of this game. Sean's back. Hi, Sean.
I'm winded again. You get two. You get a bonus one here. This is not what I was looking for, but it was sitting on top of what I was looking for. This is a VHS tape. It says Enter the Jungle, yes. November 21st. This is Donkey Kong Country.
That's the mail away Nintendo Power thing, isn't it? The VHS.
Yes, it is. And it comes with a little package in here. Yeah. Poster, Donkey Kong Country Exposed.
Dude,
VHS. It is basically like
seen that in years.
It's sitting right there. Look at
that.
It's
gotta be worth money at this point. That's gotta be worth something.
Ryan Turford, I have that VHS. Yes. This is not a poster, actually. There's just explanation about a little pamphlet, little brochure, little tiny brochure. The artwork of Donkey Kong Country is so special, man. Holy cow. Okay, here's the thing. Chelsea and I got married in 2014.
Oh, look at that, dude.
And so we created, we went on a cruise. So we were inviting people to come with us on a cruise. And so there's a lot of detail that was included there. So we made an instruction booklet. So I'm showing the instruction booklet in the style of Mario 3. We put just Photoshop Princess Peach flying with Mario. So obviously that's me and Chelsea. And probably have some family members pictures in here that I'll skip past. It's like the wedding party and everything.
Dox them.
So that's all in here. But we designed like this thing and had it professionally printed, like all the different things that you could do on the cruise. I should actually bring this to Extra Life and hand some of these things out.
So cool,
because it is so good. Like, yeah, Chelsea and I mean, look at all the time we had before. You could go scuba diving. So there's Frog Mario in there.
Gosh.
There's all sorts of stuff. So that's that. I'm looking for one other piece that is
so cool, dude.
And I'm not finding it anywhere. I don't know. There's a brochure kind of holder here. Like it was like a travel folder.
Wow.
So you could put all like your travel documents in here, like all the details inside.
Did you guys have like a wedding planner, or did you just do that?
We just did this. That we designed it. And through my work, actually, I was telling this to a friend of mine that I work with, and who owns like the printing company that we worked with.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Let us print this for you." So like these are all still like professionally packaged and everything from from the printer. Well, I'm looking for like one piece to this, and I'm not finding it, Seth. And I'm so sorry. Oh, I found it. I'll clean it up later. Okay. So the whole thing kind of got carried in. It looks like a cartridge.
Gosh. I mean, it just literally looks like.
It looks like what you have there, Sean and Chelsea wedding 14, like 2014. And we have like a Capri entertainment system and a Capri seal of approval. We even like designed the back of the cartridge there with like a extreme temperature warning. And there's all these little like Easter eggs kind of throughout, like Capri is kind of like tagged throughout, very, very fine detail in there. And yeah, dude, we had so much fun designing all this stuff, just celebrating Super Mario 3 for our wedding. So, but it's like a 5-piece set. Like it's the travel folder. It's the part of the invitation. It's instruction booklets. So, there you go.
Golly, that's awesome.
Yep.
We should have done that. Like our wedding invitations were boring by comparison, dude.
Oh man, we had so much fun with this. So we'll never throw these out. Like that's just there's a huge box right here for that sort of stuff. So There you go.
See, 2D Mario is special, y'all.
2D Mario, yeah. Like, if you ever wondered, like, are we sure Super Mario 3 is the best one? Like, this is, yeah. That's the proof. Yep.
I mean,
good stuff.
I feel great about it.
Me too. I feel great about it too. I had a great time with you.
It was awesome. Super fun. Let us know in the Discord what your tier list is for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody post their pictures in there. But Sean, if people wanted to follow you on the internet and yell at you about your tier list, where could they do that?
You can agree with me and all of my opinions over on Twitter at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. Same name on Discord as well. And I think that might be it. You can find all of our stuff. Buy your merch at carpoolgaming.com. I just got my mug in, and I will tell you this, scientifically speaking, my coffee tastes better when I drink it out of a Carpool Gaming
It's just
mug.
a fact.
It's just better. Yeah. Yep. It's science, really. So yeah, I think that's probably it for me, my friend. I also do the Xbox Drive here as well. That's the only other thing. I do another podcast. And honestly, you know what? We get this review over on the Xbox Drive often. Even if you're only a Nintendo fan, even if you have no interest in Xbox, people still enjoy the Xbox Drive. So come on over there, have a taste, just listen. Yeah, it's a good time. Mm-hmm.
You gotta listen to all of the Carpool podcasts. We are like the MCU of podcasts. You gotta watch it all. Gotta listen to it all. Mm-hmm. We'll reference each other's shows. We'll be on each other's shows. So you got to get in on all of it. And you can get it all in one convenient feed at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, Sean, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
As well as a ton
you don't want to be subscribed to all these different feeds and you're scrolling through and doing all that stuff. Just like, that's at the $1 tier. We talk about the exclusive stuff at the $3 tier. Yeah. John 32 in the chat says I only get my weather news from the Xbox Drive. So tune into the Xbox Drive to learn about the
weather update.
Greater Toronto area. Yeah. Weather forecast.
Absolutely.
Good.
As for me, you can find me at twitter.com/$2 hero. And
you did the URL.
So
cash.
The URL. Well, we stopped doing the whole rigmarole, but I like it. So we'll throw that in there. And Lockleth also throw Lockleth some love. Twitter.com/LocklethTWT.
Yes.
Give Lockleth some love. Love you, Lockleth. But I guess that's going to be it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
D